So you're thinking about traveling on an airplane with a baby. Well, you've come to the right place. I've got some tips for you. My husband and I just traveled with our little one, and we got back last weekend, and we had some good experiences and some not good experiences. So let's get right into this thing. So our very first tip for you guys is to book the earliest flight that you can. We had to leave our house at 2:30 a.m. and it actually worked out really well for us because Ezra slept the entire drive to the airport, was awake while we went through check-in and security and all of that stuff, and then as soon as we got on the airplane, he was sleeping again. He got to pretty much have his regular schedule, his regular morning nap on the airplane. So one thing that Doug and I were stressing about was our stroller. We did not want to have a stroller and lug it through the airport. However, we needed it on our vacation. So what we did was checked it right at the check-in desk. They took it right with our checked bags, and it worked out perfectly because we didn't see it again until we got off the airplane at our destination. Also, side note, this is the ugliest stroller I've ever drawn, but whatever, you get the point. So one of the things that a lot of parents seem to dread about the airport and traveling with a baby is lugging your baby around. Like, how do you get through security holding a baby and trying to empty your pockets and take your shoes off? Like, how does that even work? Well, there's a solution. Wrap your baby to you. I recommend wrapping your baby to you using a carrier of your choice. So it can be one of these like backpack carriers, or we chose to use a wrap because Ezra's more comfortable in a wrap. But wrap them to either mom or dad, and it makes everything so much easier through the airport. Whether it's carrying your bags, or carrying your Starbucks, or carrying your wife's bags and your wife's Starbucks, whatever. It's so much easier. Going through security was seriously a breeze. We literally just walked right through. So during takeoff and landing, this is everyone's worst nightmare with a baby. It doesn't have to be though. During takeoff and landing, I recommend feeding your baby. Whether that means feeding them through a bottle or nursing them, whatever you choose to do will work great for your baby. Feeding them will just help their ears not pop during takeoff and landing. For the breastfeeding mamas out there, if you feel comfortable giving your baby a bottle, I recommend using a handheld pump, like a manual pump from Medela. It works great so that you can give your baby breast milk right on the airplane, and you don't have to worry about the baby kicking your cover off and then the person sitting next to you seeing anything. I recommend bringing on manual pump. It was a lifesaver for us. So you made it through security, you're all checked in, and you board your airplane and you start walking down the aisle finding your row. Well, my recommendation is to take the window seat. The window seat worked out perfectly for my husband and I. I sat on the window seat with Ezra, and I could nurse him without having to worry about the flight attendants walking by and seeing anything. So if you also sit in the window seat, what you can do is you can have your husband or your partner or whatever just hold up a blanket. So then you're pretty much secluded all on your own. You feel free to nurse however you want. Ezra doesn't like to be covered up while he's nursed. So this worked out perfectly for us. So we didn't have to worry about our neighbor, like the person in the seat next to Doug, peeking over or anything. Not that they would have, but you never know. Another benefit of sitting in the window seat is that you get to control the light that comes in from the window. Ezra likes to sleep in darkness, so I got to move the little shade down whenever Ezra needed to sleep. So that worked out really well for us. So if you can, try to get a window seat. Airplane floors are disgusting. I'm not really sure that they clean them. I know for a fact they don't clean them between flights. But there are dust bunnies everywhere, and everyone's bottoms of their shoes, disgusting. Chances are if you have a binky, baby's gonna drop it. So bring a ton of binkies. Bring all the binkies that you own because they will get dropped, toys will get dropped, and there's no redeeming those toys. Bring all the binkies you can. Well, that is all I have for you on this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that whenever you travel, you have great, happy, safe, easy travels. On that note, sit back and enjoy your flight.